These are the faces of the people at the centre of the Mediterranean migration crisis. These photos taken at migration detention centres around the Libyan capital, Tripoli. And the European nations, particularly Italy's Matteo Salvini, been very vocal in placing the fate of these people in the hands of the internationally recognised government in Tripoli and, of course, the Libyan Coast Guard operated by that government. But as the security situation in the country deteriorates, concerns now among humanitarian aid workers about those who find themselves, these migrants who find themselves in the middle of escalating tensions. Let's just show you why this situation is so volatile. Let's put it on a map so you can see. Here in blue, you can see areas controlled by the officially recognised government. This map is live. It's evolving in real time. But these areas in this sort of reddy orange, expanding, it's worth saying, are forces loyal to the Libyan National Army and their commander Haftar. He is not the officially recognised leader of Libya, but his forces have been moving into territory of that Tripoli government. We've heard reports of sporadic fighting and concerns that those camps could find themselves right on what is a very fluid front line. Indeed, reports from some aid workers of gunshots, etc., or at least conflict being heard metres away from these camps. Let's just show you on a map where we're talking. This cluster of camps you can see here around the Libyan capital, where you just saw the front line was so in flux. Now, this camp here, Kasha bin Gashir, this camp is only supposed to house 600 to 700 people. But we have been told by sources on the ground there that 1,500 people are crammed in there, and that the guards who are supposed to look after the camp, well, they decide on a daily basis, depending on the sporadic fighting around them, whether or not they're going to turn up. Now, you can see, of course, why this prompts those fears for the well-being of the people caught in the middle. And I spoke to Médecins Sans Frontières, Craig McKenzie. He's a representative of the charity on the ground. I asked him, what should Europe do given this changing situation in Libya? How should they change the way they are looking at the migration crisis? This is what he had to say to me.
Well, I think it's very clear that Libya is not a port of safety. This is the third significant armed conflict that has broken out in the last 7 months. We've been seeing in a further withdrawal of the EU's responsibilities in the Mediterranean as they push more and more of this onto the Libyan Coast Guard, knowing that once they've been intercepted, they'll be brought back to Libya into these conditions. As opposed to them coming into Europe, which are legitimate ports of safety.
Now, Craig told me that this sporadic fighting, it's leading to some camps potentially being cut off. The situation is so fluid that people do not know about the water, the food situation, of course, leading to concerns that this situation there, the humanitarian situation, which is already bad, could be tipped over into crisis. And there is no sign that the conflict between that internationally recognised government and those other Libyan forces will show any sign of dissipating anytime soon.